Good morning. I'm Jen Pacici, and I'm here to teach you how to follow your own compass. Today's video is all about what to do if your negative thoughts are true. I do a lot of teaching about how to change your negative thoughts, about how to choose better thoughts, about how to just become a more positive person. But what if your negative thoughts are true? What if you really were cheated on by your last three partners? What if you did get fired from your job and haven't been able to find another one? What if you have terrible credit? What if your body is bigger than it was when you were a teenager or a 20-something? What if your skin is bad? What if these things are true? Then of course you can't have positive thoughts, right? Something is wrong with you. Okay, this is what you do in order to still have a good life, even if there's something wrong with you. First of all, identify, I think it's helpful to just know where that came from. Maybe not, maybe not. But what happens is you grow up in a culture. I'm assuming it's a Western culture, but I don't know for sure. You grew up in a culture where thinness was valued, where money was valued, where power was valued, intelligence, depending on your gender, like different things are valued. Your parents valued certain things. You get lots of messages all the time about how you should be. So that's how you end up thinking something is wrong with you, because no one can possibly meet all of those standards all the time. And now that you're a grown-up, I'm assuming, your mind does it for you now. Like, you don't need your mom to tell you you're bad with money. You don't need your Instagram feed with all the Fitspo to tell you that your body is wrong. Your mind is doing it for you now. However, that stuff all continues to reinforce those feelings. So if you already are feeling bad about your body and then you go online, I still can, there's some woman that I don't even know how I ended up following her, and every time she poses, she pulls down her puts her thumb in the waistband of her tight leggings and shows off her six-pack. In the past, that probably would have completely set me on fire and made me feel like a horrible person. Because my mind already has or had the inklings of your body isn't right. Okay. So it comes from culture. It comes from family. It's reinforced all the time. So that's why you think something is wrong with you. But once you already believe it, once you have it in your mind, what do? How can you ever move forward, since you know this horrible truth about yourself, that your body is wrong, that your relationship isn't right, that you don't have enough money? Those are the three categories usually, by the way, of things that we think are wrong: body, money, career, and relationships. You have to learn how to separate the fact from the fear. Here's what I mean. So the fact might be you can't fit into a pair of jeans that you used to be able to fit into. I had a pair of jeans like that. I had a pair of jeans that I fit into back when I was in my mid-20s that I only fit into for a year and a half when I was in the middle of an eating disorder. That for years I held on to them because I was like, maybe I'll be able to fit back into them. That was a fact. The fact was I could not fit into those jeans anymore. But the fear, the thing that I let it mean, was that I was too fat. There was something wrong with me. I wasn't good enough. I couldn't be good enough unless I fit into those jeans. I would be happier if I fit into those jeans. I just had all of these fears. Those were not facts. The fact was that I couldn't fit into my jeans. So it's not the fact. It's not the thing you think is wrong that's actually what's making this so terrible for you. It's that you have all these other fears around it that maybe you have, maybe you haven't even really brought to the light or noticed. And you're letting that destroy your life. Your mind can't see any way around it. Clearly, if I can't fit into those jeans, there is something wrong with me. I must fix this. I cannot live a good life until this is fixed. So that is utter and complete BS. You're going to live a terrible life as long as you believe that. Your mind wants you to think you have to fix it in order to have a good life, but the truth is, as long as you believe it, you're not going to have like the most positive, fulfilling life that you can have. So again, separate the fact from the fear. The fact is, again, I'll use myself. I have rosacea. My face gets red. I have a burst blood vessel over here. It just is. I could fix it, I guess. I could rosacea, there's really no cure. And I don't like taking medication and whatever. You don't need to know the whole story, but for this, I guess I could laser it, but I don't have any fears around it. So the fact for me is I have rosacea and then I just shrug. I'm like, okay, I'll move on. But another person, and probably when I was younger, but it wasn't horrible, I had a lot of fears around that. Like, I'm not attractive if I have rosacea. I shouldn't be on camera if I have rosacea. You can make up this whole huge list of reasons why everything is horrible and something's wrong with you. It doesn't have to be about your body, like I said. You could have a story like the cheating spouse thing. Okay, fact, your last 3 partners cheated on you. So you got to separate that out from your fear, from what you're making that mean. So you're probably, if that has happened to you, you're probably thinking, there are no good men or women or whatever left. There is no right person for me. I missed out on my soulmate. Everyone in this world is a liar and a cheat. There must be something horribly wrong with me. Otherwise, they wouldn't have cheated on me. It could go on and on and on. Your fears, you could have one fact and have 75,000 fears about it. So you have to see those two things as separate. Yes, your teeth are yellow. I don't have regular TV, but sometimes when I watch cable, if I'm at a hotel and I see these commercials for these things and I'm like, really? I'm supposed to be worried about that now too? It's insane. I suggest never watching commercials of any kind. So there's the fact, my teeth aren't sparkling white. And then there's the fear behind it. Without sparkling white teeth, I won't move ahead in my job. No one will love me. No one will want to kiss me. Just keep, identify what the thing is that you think is so horrible. And then separate out the fears. Okay, what am I making this mean? I think this means, generally, your fear is going to be, I'm not good enough. I'll never be happy. I don't deserve things. I'm not worthy. So once you have separated those two things from one another, you have to learn how to let this part go. You have to learn how to let these fears go. How can you let them go? There are a lot of different ways. Just becoming aware of them and seeing oh, okay, I'm just having one of those irrational fears again. Meditating, consciously changing those thoughts from, instead of when you think I can't fit into my college jeans, instead of thinking I have to fit into them again, you can think maybe it's okay that I can't fit into them. Maybe I'm not meant to fit into them. I remember even when I fit into them, I was really unhappy with the cheating spouse thing. Maybe that was all so that I could learn about myself. Maybe I can have a fresh start now. Maybe I should look inside and see what the next move is. Maybe I need to go to counseling. You don't have to let it completely take over and grow over your entire world so that everything is colored by this thing that is wrong with you. So just to recap, even if your negative thought is true, even if it's true that you've gained 100 pounds in the last 10 years, even if it's true that you lost your job, even if it's true that your house was just foreclosed on, even if all of that stuff is factually true, it does not mean it has to ruin your life. Your fears that the mind is just, what's the word I want to use? Just growing in your mind. That is the thing that you need to start identifying if you want to feel more peaceful and happy. What are the fears behind that? What are you making that mean about your worth, your life, yourself? And then can you choose something a little gentler to think? Can you look at the positives of the situation? Can you take an even bigger view and be like, well, maybe I'm here on earth to learn this and that thing, and this is just part of my lessons. What can you right now choose for yourself to believe instead? You're not changing the fact, but you're changing your thoughts about the fears. So that is my advice. Even if things Even if you think something is horribly wrong with you, I want you to identify the fact from the fear and then see what you can do about letting these go, because they're just made up by your mind. There's no way to prove them as true, and your life will be better if you learn to see them and separate from them. I will see you next time.